Historically in software development, it has often been the case that you focus on your software first and the data that the software generates was kind of secondary. However, in recent times, we've seen a shift towards a data-first approach or a data-driven approach. You put the data at the center and the software that runs it secondary, making it much easier for you to pool your data to multiple platforms. Today, we're going to quickly run through the importance of a data-first approach with two examples, e-commerce and machine learning, as well as cover off some steps you can take right now to take a data-first approach with your products. One of the first places I saw taking a data-first approach have a massive impact was in e-commerce. Say you set up an e-commerce store back in the day using Magento or OpenCart, whatever was in vogue, depending on the year. You'd spend hours curating the data in these systems to build your online shop. However, the data you had curated was locked into that system. Problems then occurred if you tried to introduce additional channels. What happens if you had a bricks and mortar store and you sold something in your shop, but the stock levels were not updated in the e-commerce store? Over the years, more and more channels have opened: Facebook, Etsy, eBay, Amazon. If you have thousands of products and sales, how would you keep all your raw data in sync across all these channels? It's only possible if you put your data first and the platform second. Machine learning is really coming into its prime. If you're generating data, you can learn from it for the common good and for profit. But to do this, you need to be able to readily access the data, and the data needs to be clean. More and more companies are adopting machine learning techniques, and it's transforming the world. Before long, just as a data-first approach is now required in e-commerce, machine learning will be a requirement if you want to be competitive in many sectors. As such, it's crucial you take a data-first approach in your software endeavors. Whenever procuring software, make sure data is the primary concern. For example, thinking about implementing software that allows people to check in and out of an office block. It could well be in 2 years' time, it will be really useful to know how people move around the building, when they come, when they go, how long they spend where. Fed to a machine learning algorithm, this could give invaluable insights that could save you money. But for this to work, you need access to the data. As such, when procuring such software, you need to be certain you can get the data that is being generated out of the system from the outset. Make sure you see it's possible. See it with your own eyes. So many times over the years, I've seen salespeople promise an API for directly accessing data. Contracts are signed. Then it turns out the API doesn't exist, doesn't provide the required data, or is generally unfit for purpose. Do not fall into this trap. Do not build your software on a platform that dictates the data structure and ties you to that platform. Plan your data, architect it in a central location, then build an API. Then build software that ingests data from the API. That way, if a piece of software fails, you still have your data. The two are decoupled. Data is increasingly important, more than the platform that serves it. When procuring and building your software, make sure you're putting your data first.